What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay. If you're new here, welcome. I like to share videos that inspire, motivate, and elevate your life. I like to talk about all things quantum and just help you to think about life from a little bit of a different perspective. Today's video is going to be all about self-love. Now, you guys, this has been one of the biggest struggles I've had. It's one of the lessons I've had to learn in this human experience is how to love myself. And so I've developed these 5 R's to real self-love to help you kind of grasp it in a different way. I used to think self-love was all about like getting massages, taking a rest day, watching movies, bubble baths, occasionally, pat myself on the back for a good deed. But I've realized it's so much deeper than that. It's so much more than that. And the first one is to realize that you have done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong in your life. I know that's a tough one to grasp, and it was hard for me because I carried so much, just thinking about all the mistakes I had made and wanting to do things differently. But what I've realized is that every single choice that you've made, every single choice I've made up until this point, I needed to make in order to become the version of me that I was born to be. So every single decision, everything you've done, every choice you've made, no matter what it is, you needed to make that choice to be who you are. Your soul needed to make that decision in order for you to be the expanded version of yourself, right? Because we all came here with the intention to learn lessons for our soul's evolution, for our soul's growth, and for our expansion. So no matter what you've done in your life, no matter what decision you've made, you have done nothing wrong. Which leads me to our number 2, which is release all guilt and shame. This one was so challenging for me because there were so many things that I had done in my past that I regretted. And there were so many decisions I had made that I really wish I hadn't made. And I held on to a lot of guilt for the way that I had treated myself and treated others, and how I had abandoned myself in so many ways, and how I had abandoned my morals and my values. And I just wasn't the person I wanted to be. But what I realized is that I was making decisions from a level of consciousness that I was at, right? We're all doing the best we can with where we are. And when you can start to release that guilt, release the shame, and just understand, first and foremost, rule number 1, that you've done nothing wrong, it's going to allow you to start releasing that baggage. And when you're carrying guilt and shame, you guys, it is so difficult to love yourself. And not only that, but it's so difficult to extend love to others and to receive love in return. So we really have to heal that wound of feeling guilty and feeling shameful of our decisions, and really hold that mantra that every single thing that has happened to you and every single choice you have made in your life, it was a lesson that you needed to learn. It was a choice that you needed to make. And so anytime we blame ourselves, anytime others blame us, we have to remember that people only blame when they're unhappy. So we've got to release the blame. Stop blaming yourself for the past. Stop blaming others for the past. Stop blaming yourself for the mistakes that you've made, and start letting that stuff go so that you can be free. Number 3, receive everything as a gift. Cosmic law. Whatever you receive as a gift will have a benefit to you. That means whatever someone has done to you that you perceive as hurting you is actually giving you a gift. And this is a hard one. This is a hard one, you guys. I know. This is a really difficult one. But if you can start to receive everything, every insult, every judgment, every action someone does against you as a gift, and not only a gift, realize when people are hurting you, they're unhappy. Hurt people, but also free people. Okay? So when someone is hurting you, it's because they are hurting themselves. And this is where we have to bring in that really beautiful vibration of compassion. That is the ultimate love. That is the ultimate compassion that we can have for one another, is understanding that people only act from the level of consciousness that they're at. And an exercise that I do with my clients is called cultivating the opposite. So if you can take an experience that you've had where someone has hurt you, right? And think of the adjective of how that made you feel. So let's say your father or your mother abandoned you. Well, what is the opposite of abandonment? It's inclusion. So within that abandonment experience, you were also given the gift of realizing and understanding inclusion, because you know how it feels to be abandoned. We cannot know light without dark. Another example would be betrayal. Someone maybe betrayed you in your life. The gift of betrayal is trust. We're given the opportunity to cultivate more trust in our lives when we see it as a gift and we remove ourselves from the victim mentality. Remembering that people's projections come from their own unhappiness. People's projections come from their own inner self-loathing. So if you receive it as a positive gift of being able to cultivate the opposite, you are actually sending forgiveness in advance. When someone hurts you and you say, thank you for giving me the opportunity to have a greater awareness and act from a greater awareness than the consciousness that hurt me. Thank you for giving me that opportunity to see things from a different perspective and to be able to cultivate the opposite emotion, the opposite experience. Number 4, this is a big one that I struggled with a lot. Radiate your light. How often have you dimmed your light to make other people feel better? I know I have, especially as an empath, you guys. Oh my gosh, if you're watching this, you're probably an empath. But us empaths, we feel other people's emotions. We feel how other people are feeling. And when we feel like we're the reason someone feels bad, we shut down. We close off, we turn off, and we try to match their frequency so that we don't stand out so much and make them feel bad. I did that my whole entire life. It was really hard for me to allow myself to shine and allow myself to just be out there, right? See, what happens is when we dim our light, we do a disservice to everyone around us, including ourselves. When you're shining your light, you're showing the people around you what is possible. And even if they can only handle a little bit of your light at a time, you're helping others heal through your light. It's so important that we remember that our happiness is a service to others. Misery loves company, right? So when people are miserable, they want you to come down there with them so they can validate their misery and they can feel like it's okay to be miserable. But that is not doing them any service, right? We want to show them what's possible. We want to show them what is available to them, which is happiness and peace, right? We all came here to shine our own unique light. That is what we're here for, and it's our divine right, and you deserve to shine no matter how it makes anyone feel. And that leads me into number 5. Number 5, probably the most important one of all. Love is your liberator. Love is all there is. So if you can begin to bring love into all areas of your life, you are going to be so peaceful and so happy that it's just going to blow your dang mind. Bring in love to all areas of your life where you're feeling hurt, pain, judgment, because if you're feeling any of those things, that's just an indicator that you need more love. Love is the medicine. We cultivate that through our heart space. Feeling of love, and it's a practice. It is a practice. It took me a while to open my heart space. And you really have to incorporate these steps into your life to allow your heart to kind of open and soften. When you let go of the idea that you're a mistake, that you've done something wrong, that you're not enough, and you're holding on to all this guilt, when you let go of that stuff, it allows your heart to open. It allows you to soften to yourself and to others. It allows you to see the world through a different perspective. Instead of a lens of, gosh, everyone sucks and everyone's mean and everyone's selfish, it allows you to turn the dial to realize how much suffering and pain there actually is in this world. And the way that we're going to heal it is through love. So opening that cage, opening the doors of your heart is truly where you are going to find happiness. So regardless of what you're going through or feeling right now, if you can bring in more love to that, or if you can share more love with the world, this is the secret sauce. This is the magic, you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this message with you guys today. I really appreciate you tuning in, for being here, for subscribing, for your comments and your questions. They all mean so much to me. I really, really appreciate it. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any suggestions for videos, please drop them down below. If you like this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye guys.